You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. The most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey. The most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
Happy. Relentless search for luxury, in search of peace and happiness. The human mind wouldn't rest. A constant nag within we soul, demanding respect from the world. We get the urge in different form, but luxury is the norm. Money is very essential, but can't buy peace of mind at all. We still like dogs without a bone, if we have the money alone. Because appreciation plays on the human mind. Everyone needs some for happiness all the time. Because importance, if we are drive to live, everyone's on the hunt. Every man ought to give generously. The feeling has no barrier. Race and class doesn't matter. Once you are alive, you in the game. You do anything to get a good name. Some wealthy men turn to suicide. Can't find food to feed their pride. The aged and crippled in the ring, fight to be like a king. Children become delinquent for lack of love from their parents. That's why appreciation is most important to man. On the human mind, everyone needs some for happiness all the time. Because important, if we are trying to live, everyone's on the hunt. Every man ought to give generously. Solution to bad industrial relations. Employees will gladly draw their pay and do the job half the way. When workman feeling unwanted, the working spirit is daunted. He comes on the job and fool around. Production going down. Just make him feel significant. You get him do anything you want. A pat on the back is the best move for relations to improve. Because appreciation plays on the human mind. Everyone needs some for happiness. happiness all the time. Because important, if we are trying to live, everyone's on the hunt, every man ought to give generously. Our deepest craving is common. All we need is attention to put us in the happy zone, regardless of what we own. Life is lonely without it. Each one should give a little bit. What you want your neighbors do, then life on earth will be true. Take a tip from the scripture. Appreciate one another. Share your love and make the mold for total peace in the world. On the human mind, everyone needs some for happiness all the time. Because important, if we are trying to live, everyone's on the hunt, every man ought to give generously.
Get up one morning, your elders have something. You don't know how they get it, but you want to use it. But if you ask them old people to get the things what they went through, ask them this any day, and your parents sure to say, black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind, brother, that you're able to get a pulley and jam with the devil. Why? Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind, brother, that you're ready to swim offshore and hold your boat steady. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you hear you get a little something with that dragon, now you keep watching, because I don't tell you already. Black man will get nothing easy. You get up one morning, and oil money running. How it come you don't know, so that it care how the thing go. But if they read about Uriah, they wanna find out the pressure. How we get so much old hell to get a penny from TLL. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to take off your own cash money, pay people for your magician to make money out of scrap iron. Black man have to keep on jamming for black man to get a little something. So when you hear you get a little something, with that eagle eye you keep watching, because I don't tell you already, black man don't get nothing easy. So we got up one morning, independence happening, getting the thing come easy. Now they're taking liberty, but if they know about petition, we have to send to England for some woman to tell we in this colony free. Black man have to keep on jabbing, for black man to get a little something. You got to go to conference in England to get independence in your own land. Black man have to keep on jabbing, for black man to get a little something. People hold you, humiliate you, turn on and sell you, and then they free you. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you hear you get a little something, with that dragon eye you keep watching, because I don't tell you already, black man don't get nothing easy. So when a black man gets something, he got to start thinking to get it there easy. He got to practice economy, from getting licks from the slave master to become the land owner. Brother, is a terrible journey, packed with plenty brutality. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to rise up, you got to stand up, pick up your mind, you will always stay on top. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to go to conference in England to get independence in your own land. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to take up your own cash money, pay people for your own refinery. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind to be a magician, to make money out of scrap iron. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to...
This thing called PNM, this thing called UNC, is one set of dotishness to Mama Kai, you and me. It ain't have no color, it ain't have no race, it ain't have no principles or any values in place. And it was never meant to be the answer for unity. It shares no philosophy with any consistency. For when you watch the pedigree in each and every party, the difference you see turns out to be a case of power and money. Look here, them French Creoles in Saint-As, Maraval and Saint-Clair, they don't hold no allegiance or no party here. Rich men must be supporting who they feel going to win. Loyalty, friends, means nothing. Money is getting. That's why PNM quite on turn coat to UNC. And when Del Motley, his background showed he was with DAC. Hector Motley, the speaker, swore PNM till he dead. And when the last election over, he was UNC instead. Augustus Ramreka Singh, I knew him in Tapia. Next thing I know, he was a PNM minister. John Humphrey changed from Trinity, and he joined about 5 parties. So he's only die-hard new and grassroots me. It's PNM and UNC. I lie. thing called UNC is only a power play to get our sympathy. It's not about African, it's neither East Indian. It have nothing to do with anybody's religion. Kamaluddin is a Muslim, Mahavi a Christian to the brim. Yet Montano the mulatto, different race, same party, you know. Johnny Milton and Rex are one, are two Chinese politicians. And while both of them love PNM, Brian White had a problem. Them French Creoles in St. Anne's, Marabal and St. Clair, tell them they don't know allegiance or no party here. Right through, rich men just be supporting who they feel going to win. Loyalty, friends, means nothing, money is their thing. The name Steve Ferguson is really an East Indian who with Ishak Galbar and sing, both parties they financing. Joey Saw and M. Elias are PNM Lebanese, and yet Sabla of the same cast helps UNC pay their fees. Syrian businessman John Rahel, PNM make him mayor. An African Wade Mark as well, UNC made him minister. PNM's fundraising dinner had businessmen of all color. So it's only Chupidi, you and me. It's PNM and UNC. I like. This thing called PNM, this thing called UNC, it foolishly splitting we on the grounds of ethnicity. It make friends mash up fast, race hatred it unmasked. It cause ignorant people to bring out their gun and cutlass. And while poor people arguing about who good and who should win, the leaders jumping like monkey from one party to party. Just look at Arthur Sanderson, Horace Brooms is the next one. And first they could skip, they deserve a pick for hop, step and jump next Olympics. Look here, them French Creoles in St. Anne's, Marabal and St. Clair, tell them they don't know allegiance or no party here. Rich men must be supporting who they feel going to win. That's right. Loyalty, friends, means nothing. Money is their thing. Halsey Bagan left UNC to open she own party. Kamala says and now previously she run wrong to UNC. Abu Bakr supported all three and now he fund nobody. Errol McLeod walking wrong daily, so you can't say which side he be. A&R, my good friend, walked out on Eric Williams years ago, and yet last year he would say how he loved Eric for so. Ralph Maraj and Manning get away, and Ralph was UNC next day, and yet Curtis you cussing stupid me for PNM and UNC.
Personal struggle. So sad when you feel alone in your trouble. It's real hard when you want to talk to a brother. It's so bad because of how some look at you after. So Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Cover my head. Satan want me dead. Cover my back from human attack. So Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. People see you smile, but don't know the hurt that you're feeling. Even as God's child, at times your heart does be bleeding. Where can you go when you're really looking for healing? Who know how to flow when your soul needs some restoring? So Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Cover me home from evils unknown. Cover my feet so I'll never retreat. Oh Lord, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Cover my brother, cover my sister, them who under pressure. Cover the preacher, every church worker, the young believer. Cover the worship leader and intercessor, every gospel minister. Cover. Jesus alone is the one who has the real answer. The one on the throne is the true and loving Father. He will hold your hand and keep you from going under. He will make you stand and let you know he's a fixer. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Cover my mind. You know the struggle sometimes. Cover my mouth, that the wrong thing wouldn't come out. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover the Christian in the midst of aggression with the power of your right hand. Jesus, cover them helpless children. Jesus, defend them. Send help from heaven. Jesus, cover all them radio stations that blessing the nation. Grant divine protection. Jesus, cover me.
Truer words were never spoken. The less you associate with some people, the more your life will improve. Anytime you tolerate mediocrity in others, it increases your mediocrity. An important attribute in successful people is their impatience with negative thinking and negative acting people. As you grow, your associates will change. Some of your friends will not want you to go on. They will want you to stay where they are. Friends that don't help you climb will want you to crawl. Your friends will stretch your vision or choke your dream. Those that don't increase you will eventually decrease you. Consider this. Never receive counsel from unproductive people. Never discuss your problems with someone incapable of contributing to the solution, because those who never succeed themselves are always first to tell you how. Not everyone has a right to speak into your life. You are certain to get the worst of the bargain when you exchange ideas with the wrong person. Don't follow anyone who's not going anywhere. With some people you spend an evening. With others, you invest it. Be careful where you stop to inquire for directions along the road of life.
Wise is the person who fortifies his life with the right friendships. If you run with wolves, you will learn how to howl. But if you associate with eagles, you will learn how to soar to great heights. A mirror reflects a man's face, but what he is really like is shown by the kind of friends he chooses. The simple but true fact of life is that you become like those with whom you closely associate, for the good and the bad. Note, be not mistaken. This is applicable to family as well as friends. Yes, do love, appreciate, and be thankful for your family, for they will always be your family, no matter what. Just know that they are human first, and though they are family to you, they may be a friend to someone else and will fit somewhere in the criteria above. In prosperity, our friends know us. In adversity, we know our friends. Never make someone a priority when you are only an option for them. If you are going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop the habit in little matters. Excellence is not an exception. It is a prevailing attitude.
Yes, 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 yes. Let me say a special hello to all the WZYE 95.9 FM listeners. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, it's in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. And of course, we come to you every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter what color t-shirt you wear a white t-shirt, you wear a burgundy t-shirt, you wear a maroon t-shirt, you wear a mauve t-shirt. Each and every one is welcome in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. Doesn't matter what planet you're from Mazatanias, Venuranias, Xenuranias, Sonuranias. You're welcome in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. Let me say a special welcome to 1/3 of the DAT Triplets, no other than Thomas E. from Salve, better known as Celibia, the commissioner in Newark. Thomas E. Marshall Nisbet boy. Tommy, welcome.
Good evening, Wall Street. How are you today, sir?
Today is a fantabulous and splendid Thursday.
Yes, indeed, it certainly is. And I sure hope the storm joins us tonight.
Yeah, well, you know, anytime she's ready.
We can use some heavy weather as long as she get a device in order and so on. She'll come in, I hope.
Tommy, what's the E for?
E is my. You asking me a question?
Yeah, Tom E.
Yeah, I'll tell you what it spells. It spells ELHU.
Elhu.
Yes. Have you heard that name before?
No, that's a biblical name of it.
The only thing is in the Bible it's spelled with an additional letter, which is I. In the Bible it says ELIHU. But my mom knew someone with that name who she admired, and she decided that since he was such a gentleman, that I would be a gentleman like he was. I hope
She was absolutely correct.
I hope she was.
No, she was correct. Full 100. Yeah. Yeah, she was absolutely correct. So Tommy,
yes, sir.
I just received something here in a thing. I want to play it. I have to before I play this, I have to double check this. So
you have to vet it.
Yeah. Let me say this, right? Somebody just sent me a video and they're saying that on your phone you could press *06 and send it to your family because they could track it anywhere. Right? So in case anything happens. Right? Let me see. I mean, I just get it. So let me see. You ever heard of that?
No, first I'm hearing.
Okay, it says Let me see something. It says, let me see if I could, let me see what it said. It says, it's Pong. I, I, I want to play it because, all right, hold on. All right, let me see. All right, here it is. It is star Pong 06. Let me see if that's it.
And you send it. And what do you do after you press that? What do you do?
Um, just a minute. The star. What the hell is the star on this thing, guys? Where's on? Oh, here we go. Here we go. The star Pong 06. Work. Let's see that. Nah, let's see that. Hold on. Okay, so this is what it says. Star 06 Pong is a GSM mobile phone code that can be used to retrieve the International Mobile Equipment Identity number on your phone. The
Okay.
IMEI number is
IME.
huh?
Yes, the IME.
Right. The IMEI number is a unique identifier for your device and can be useful for a number of reasons, such as reporting a lost or stolen phone to your service provider. To use this code, simply enter star Pong 06 Pong on your phone dialer, and the IME number will be displayed on your screen. Please note that this code may not work on all mobile phones, and its functionality may also depend on your mobile service required and the type of phone you have. So it works. So let me play that now, right? This is what the person just sent. Let me play this. Hold on. Let me play this.
Pleasant good day. This is a public service announcement for everyone receiving this message regarding your dial
Safety.
star pound 06 pound. Screen that comes up, take a snapshot of it and send it to your loved ones. In the event that unfortunate natures of crime like kidnapping or your phone getting snatched or stolen comes upon you, that you could then retrieve, or your family can then retrieve that information from that snapshot to take it to the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service so that they could find you or your phone and track you or your phone if necessary. Please tell as many people as possible and share this as widely as possible so as to take that preventative measure for your personal safety. Be safe out there and do have a good day. Thank you very much to Darren Carmichael from Crime Stoppers for providing this tip, along with the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service.
So Tommy, it's
Yes.
actually true.
Yep. So that's the IMEI
Right.
number.
Yeah. So, yeah, Tommy, but you see, we quickly could fact check things these days, boy.
Yep.
Yeah, because I mean, I saw it just come up. I said, well, wait now, let me just double check that. And a lot of us, actually need to do that. And we go play it again as we go along this evening here in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. Because I think that's very important. That's very, very, very important. So let's go into the chat. What? Nadia was here since 2:35. Yes.
Hey, nobody outdoes Nadia. Nadia
Yeah.
is.
Nadia, good day to you, boy. Nadia, boss, the love doctor and highly kite today, boy.
Yep.
She boss all your kite, boy. All your what do I say? Them fellas and them just quick. They are no longevity. You know? Once of that short stay. Nadia say Anselm, good night. Tommy, good night.
Good night, Nadia.
Diana Benskin, good night. Keisha, Lana, Judy, Rose, Miss Coover, Hailey, Albert, Rennie, Vonnie, Troy. I see my UNC partner Vonnie in a while, right? I think he on vacation somewhere. I
Will they
like
say,
that though.
will they say you want to see him?
Yeah. No, yeah, Tommy, UNC. UNC Vonnie. Tommy, Tommy, you're too bright, you know. I'm
Oh
telling
yeah.
you. Yeah. You're too bright. Yeah, look, Eiley come in. Eiley inside, man. Yeah. Yeah, Rennie Mohammed. Yeah, love in the house. Dr. Love, boy.
Yep.
Dr. Love says he's bringing wondrous, super fabulous, tremendous, delicious love to all the ladies, but respect to the panel, Mr. Walls, Dr. Dinah, Mr. Tommy. Yeah,
Respect.
love. The man say, love was there before, love is here to stay. No matter how the heart may seem blurry, love will help you find a way.
Those lyrics are from somebody's song.
Had to be like Lou Rawls or one of them, you know. Lou Rawls
Lou
or
Rawls. That's who it
eh?
is. That's
Eh?
who it is.
Eh?
That's what, Lou Rawls.
Oh God. Why them, you know, them is real good song, you know, boy.
Yep.
You know them young people listening to them song and them today now?
Well, they need content, at least
Yeah, boy.
sensible content.
Yeah, they're listening to them song and thing, boy. Yeah, boy. Look, Mean Gene, boy. Mean Gene, good evening, Mean Gene. Mean Gene, what going on with your party in Tobago, boy? You gotta talk about that, boy. You know, Tommy, why do we have so many people in Trinidad in HDD, boy?
They can't help themselves.
Tommy, you letting them get it that easy. They can't help themselves. You making
Yeah.
that easy excuse for them?
Hey, when you're singing for your supper, anything happens. Anything goes.
Hmm. Tommy, I hear this, eh? Um, Wrong Pale, Wang Pali Nero. Who's that? Who's that? I talking about it. Wang Pali Nero. Ali, where is that?
Wrong Polly.
Nero. I don't know. And Anselm. Yeah. Denise G, welcome.
Hello, Denise.
Yeah. Oh God. When when he say walls, it's good to let it ladies be on top now and again. He's a real love doctor in truth, you know, already.
Mhm.
Oh God, already. Yeah. Well, look, Denise Genius. Yeah. Mm. You know, but you know, Tommy, the more we try to stop dividing the country, the more we having people want to divide the country.
You
And
know,
go ahead.
it's out of convenience.
No.
You say
I ain't get that one. Wait, say that one again. What?
division is convenient.
So you accepting that?
No, it's unacceptable. It's totally unacceptable to divide because division means that you you're defeated. Because divided, remember the song United We Stand, Divided We Fall?
Correct. Mm-hmm. But Tommy, let me ask you a question. At the end of the day, right? You are a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago. If I'm living in Trinidad and Tobago, and I'm a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago, let's say you living in Sandy Grande, you're a citizen, and I living in Port of Spain. We are all citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, right?
Mm-hmm.
You are not a citizen of Port of Spain, and another person is a citizen of Sandy Grande. We are all citizens, right? Is it only specific people under attack in Trinidad and Tobago, or it is many Trinbagonians are under attack in Trinidad and Tobago? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Everybody is under siege. The entire nation is under siege.
The entire nation. Right? And to me, right, the political leader should come out and say that this type of rhetoric is unacceptable. It doesn't matter what side of the political divide it is. It doesn't matter. Right? Pundit, East Indians under attack in Aranguez community. Higher security guard. Tommy, so if people get attacked in certain communities and they talk about urban communities, all right, urban communities, I mean, we all know what urban communities are, right? We all know that.
You know, it's unfortunate that the perpetrators are predominantly of one ethnic group.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to face it.
Yeah, but
they look for soft target, and they don't care who they attack as long as they think they can get some kind of gain.
And that's what it is. That's what it is. That is what is and we have to stop by hold up, eh? We have to stop. Okay. We have to stop that type of rhetoric. And when we see it or when we hear it, Trinbagonians need to call it out. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so look, here it is. Which one should I use? So here it is. Well, they have two of them. That one in the Newsday, that one in the Guardian. So the one in the Newsday says Pundit, East Indians under attack by urban youths. Right? Pundit Satya Charaya Brahman Rambachan speaks during a press conference discussing crime issues in the community at the Medeo's Mini Plaza, Aranguez Main Road, Aranguez on Wednesday. Right? So the pundit says East Indians are under siege by criminals. Now, Tommy, this is how my mind does work firstly. Yeah? Where are the statistics to indicate that East Indians are under siege by criminals and said the perpetrators of these crimes are urban youths from the East-West corridor? Tommy, do we know if there are other reasons why certain things may happen? Eh?
This is correct.
Do we know if there are other reasons why certain things happen?
We don't know.
All in a sudden, you just want to come and make statements, divisive statements. How does that help? Trinbagonians are under attack. Let me read on. The pundits were 2 or 5 religious leaders who gathered at the Medeo Mini Plaza in Aranguez on Wednesday, site of the murder of businessman Chaval Ramjatan, to call on the government to do more in the fight against crime. In introducing Rambachan, Marat said, all the crime we have been facing in Aranguez is being committed by urban youths. You hear that? You hear that? You hear that? All the crime. So 100% of the crime is being committed by urban youths. Where's the statistics? Where are the statistics? The miscreants who occupy the East-West corridor, who feel that what you have belongs to them, and I say that boldly. Criminals seems to think Aranguez people have money, but this is generational wealth. We the citizens are denied guns. We have no right to shoot back. So we are picked off one by one. And Tommy and Mrs. Kamala Prasad Besessa wants to implement stand your ground.
Right.
You see the dangerous road we're going down?
You see, in Trinidad, there's so much more to situations than what meets the ear and eye.
Correct. Right? Suppose now, Tommy, there's an investigation done with regards to one of these killings, and it had something to do with gang related. Or it had to do with some other activities that were happening.
Or maybe trafficking or something. You just don't know.
Well, yeah, Tommy, you're very intelligent. You're very intelligent. You understand? Then what? Because you say all, You say all. Why?
You know, the thing is that there's so much investigation that needs to be done to get to the bottom of these issues that are going on, and not treating the symptoms. We have to treat the disease and not the symptoms.
Yeah, you see, Tommy, the easiest thing to do, is to jump to conclusion without any evidence or information based on what you hear and what you perceive. Right? Now, when the information comes out and just one, because you said all, and you cast a all them urban youths and them, you throw them under the bus and you tell the bus run over them. Right? Now, suppose one of those killings now was of the same people of the same ilk who did it. Then what? Then what do you say? Then what? You see, Tommy, I mean, it's sad, man. It's sad. It doesn't have to be like that.
And then again, sometimes these youths are working for somebody. They're doing a work, as they say.
Doing a work. And some people, well, you're making an excuse because I don't have the information or the statistics in order to back up these statements that was made.
You see, these divisive statements, they have an echo that resonates through the society for a long time.
Yep.
That's why we have to be very careful about what we say.
Now, here is the other headline in The Guardian, right? And most of the major newspapers run some type of headline about this. Pundit, East Indians under attack in Aranguez, challenged by residents for racist comments. Right? So, the same pundit, this is what it says. Well, it's the same thing.
It's the same thing. All the media houses are echoing that, or should I say, carrying the same story.
No, hear what he says. The crime in Aranguez is against East Indian people because we live in Aranguez. We are the ones being targeted by the perpetrators, are not East Indians. I don't understand that. We are the ones being targeted by the perpetrators, are not East Indian. The urban youth, the miscreants of the East-West corridor, those who are allowed to fall through the cracks of society and emerge post to terrorize because they are going and look for a little change to give their mother because their mother have 14 and 15 children. Just imagine that.
In these times?
Tommy, you hear what a man say? The man says, those who are allowed to fall through the cracks of society to terrorize because they're going and look for a little change to give their mother because their mother have 14 and 15 children married self. Yeah?
Yeah.
We have to call it how we see it. When you lock them up and you send them to university, that jail is university to them, where they go to get network with bigger criminals, he said. But not everyone in our ranks agreed with Maharaj's statement. Resident Abdul Hakim immediately challenged the pundit, saying his statements were untrue and racist. Your car says one set of people doing the crime because they have people inside here who bring in people, and it's people like myself who bring in people here to do the crime. Yeah? So when you blaming one urban color for doing crime, you're talking nonsense. We are not here for that, Hakim said. Maharaj accused Hakim of having a gender, but later denied this. Yeah? That is sad. That is sad. And you supposed to be a religious person? Eh, Tommy? I wonder what does the Bible say about that? I don't know. I'm asking a question. What does the Bible say about this type of behavior by this pundit?
Does he really care what the Bible says?
Tommy, I'm just asking questions.
Okay.
You know? Now listen to this. Guardian Media asked the TT Police Service for a breakdown of ethnicities of victims of serious crime, inclusive of murders in the Sanwa Bharat area and El Sikoro Policing District for the last 5 years. However, there was no response up until press time. Meanwhile, Senior Superintendent of Northeastern Division, Mervyn Edwards, said he plans to meet with our Granges residents soon. He said there will also be a walkabout, but after the meeting is held. However, he could not confirm Pundit Maharaj's claim about whether East Indians were being deliberately targeted in the Arangues community and directed us to Crime and Problem Analysis Branch. Now, Dr. Mohammed responded to him, and Dr. Mohammed said, I tried to get Dr. Mohammed on the program tonight, but he couldn't. Contacted for comment on Pundit's claim yesterday, Nation of Islam TT's representative and Black Agenda Project head, Dr. David Mohammed said, crime in Trinidad and Tobago is multi-layered, multifaceted web of intentions and activities on many levels. Unfortunately, some aspects of it remain largely invisible and undetectable, while other aspects of it are overly sensationalized and amplified. Unfortunately, the Black youth of our society, many of who fighting for survival, end up being the public face, mascots, and scapegoats for a situation that is rooted in problems that they have no control over. He said many people will label Black youths right now trying to look for the root cause of their woes. In our society, they are unfortunate, ignorant of casual factors, institutional structures of classism and oppression, ineffective political leadership, and white-collar crimes that each have heavier impacts on our crime crisis than the young Black youths who are blamed for it. When we hear blame being leveled exclusively to Black urban youths in this way, it exposes a deep ignorance, thoughtlessness, and racist attitude that is part of the problem. And Tommy, Mrs. Kamala Prasad Besessa wants to bring stand your ground law in Trinidad and Tobago. Eh, Tommy? Eh? And they march up and down the road for that. None of them in the UNC who this could affect, they didn't say a word. Not one word. Eh, Tommy? Wham to Anna Roberts. Eh? Wham to Kingsley and them fellas and them. Them fellas as activists. Them fellas could suffer the consequences of stand your ground. Suppose them same fellas go and walk in Arangues and pass by a house. And the owner of the house said I feel threatened. And decide to take the law into their own hands. Then what? Then what? Tommy, you see, people doesn't just leave things until they come to the doorsteps, you know. Right? No, well, it ain't happening over there. Leave them over there now. It happening over so. Leave them over so. Yeah? Leave them over so. Yeah. And we are silent. Silent like lambs. Oh, what? Let me go for the break. When I come back, I want you to listen to this song again. Eh? We just play this song for a particular reason, you know. People, we have to wake up in Trinidad and Tobago. Because when we have this kind of rhetoric from people who are supposed to know better, you know exactly what they're trying to accomplish. Stick and stay. It's in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM.
You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM, Maplewood, New Jersey, broadcasting from Essex County.
So stick and stay. We'll be right back with you. It's in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
Yeah, we're back with you. You see, Tommy? The sad thing is this. All right, let me just play. I want you all to listen carefully. Eh? We have to listen, you know, because calypsos is where stories are told. Correct, Tommy?
That's right.
This thing called PNM, this thing called UNC, is one set of dotishness to Mama Kai, you and me. It ain't have no color, it ain't have no race, it ain't have no principles or any values in place. And it was never meant to be the answer for unity. It shares no philosophy with any consistency. For when you watch the pedigree in each and every party, the difference you see turns out to be a case of power and money. Look here, them French Creoles in Saint-As, Maraval and Saint Clair, they don't hold no allegiance or no party here. Rich men must be supporting who they feel going to win. Loyalty, friends, means nothing. Money is getting. That's why PNM quite on turn coat to UNC. And when Del Motley, his background showed he was with DAC. Hector Motley, the speaker, swore PNM till he dead. And when the last election over, he was UNC instead. Augustus Ramreka Singh, I knew him in Tapia. Next thing I know, he was a PNM minister. John Humphrey changed from Trinity and he joined about 5 parties. So he's only die-hard new and grassroots me. It's PNM and UNC.
I
slave night and day. For next to nothing pay, so they can't see their way. We don't enjoy equal facility. Like Pharaoh and company, brainwashing we say we free. We just can't go this way. We just can't go this way. Please deliver us today. We just can't go this way. And to make them oppress us pay. We just can't go this way. So the children could see their way. We just can't go this way. Suffer like this. You said that you would take care of the poor, just like you did in Egypt. When Pharaoh had the Israelites in bondage, you delivered them. But here again, we are in the same khaki pants. We have those modern Pharaohs who oppress the poor, who represents Israel. They confuse us.
We're back with you. It's in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. And Tommy,
Yes, sir.
you know, I was just talking about something, and somebody just sent me Crime Watch live video for tonight, and it appears that what I was just saying, in an instance, in that community, something nefarious happened. Why people died in that community. We go play that for you just now. This is Crime Watch Live.
You know, he gets to the bottom of things.
Yeah, people just send it for me. I just get sent it for me. I ain't gonna call the person name, but they just send it for me. All right? That's why when you hear people like that pundit on them, you have to call them out. And he needs to apologize to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. He needs to apologize to all them urban youths on them. Right? Because what about if it have 85% of them who are law-abiding citizens? And yes, you may have 15% of them. I'm just throwing out a number. I don't have these statistics. Right? You may have 15% of them who are terrorizing people. And you know what? If you terrorize and you find them, deal with them accordingly.
But again, those perpetrators may have been working for someone right there in the community, some ally of the person who.
So me, you're preaching, boy, like you're preaching.
Some former ally of the victim may have victimized them for some other reason, because we have to face it. The society is in a mess. People are involved in a whole bunch of nefarious activities, and they may seem like upstanding and normal citizens, which they are. They are normal citizens, but they may seem upstanding. But who knows what's going on behind closed doors, or in dark rooms, or in secluded places, what they are involved with.
Well, you go just run out yourself and make that statement about this urban youth. Boy, Mean Gene says, Wall Street, I'm with you 100%.
Yeah, because every time you rob somebody, you don't have to kill them.
Yeah.
They may have been sent to do a hit.
Yeah. Highly, you're right. So it's only Indian and his area bandits terrorizing. That's the type of ignorance that Trinidad suffer from, from a pundit. A pundit, you know. They should take away his pundit license. What do they have? Whatever they have. They should ban him from being a pundit.
If that's what a pundit is,
If that's what
we're in bad shape.
What is a pundit? What is a pundit? Let me find out that, because what is a pundit? Let me find out what it is, because I don't know. What is a pundit?
We usually call learned people pundits.
Let me see. Okay. So a pundit is a term used to refer to an expert or authority in a particular field or subject. The word pundit originates from the Hindi word pandit, which means a learned scholar or teacher. In English, the term pundit is commonly used to describe a person who is knowledgeable and skilled in a particular area and whose opinion and judgment are respected and sought after by others. So wait now, pundit doesn't have anything to do with religion then?
It's a Hindi word, which is from it. Pandit is a Hindi word.
Right, correct. So it doesn't have anything to do with religion.
Well, isn't Hindi a religious, or is it, what is Hindi?
It says pundit originates from the Hindi word pandit. Pundits can be found in a wide range of fields, including politics, economics, sports, entertainment, and technology, amongst others. They may provide analysis, commentary, and opinions on current events or issues related to their field, and their expertise can be utilized in a variety of contexts, such as in the media, academia, and government. He's a
religious pundit.
He is dangerous to Trinidad and Tobago. Dangerous. I said it. He's a danger to Trinidad and Tobago. Right? Because if he's supposed to be a learned scholar or teacher, and that is what that is what you're spewing, that kind of venom, you spewing that venom, look, nah, and all you ain't calling him out, all you ain't calling him out, them supposed to be calling you out.
They say he's getting a lot of media attention. That's what he's getting.
Yeah. And that's sad. And that's why the country in the condition that is in today. Right?
Religious bandit.
Right? Everyone is stereotyped, especially bandits. Correct. There's only a black bandits in Trinidad and Tobago. So Enterprise and Mover and Lavanti should hire guards because people just get attacked in them areas too. Just saying. Yeah. Well, you know. It's not a racist comment, but it's pure ignorance and reckless. Well, I mean, I wouldn't. I'm not going on relying on no racist. You know what I mean? Very good point was insiders does give the bandits way to act. Correct is right. Correct is right. You have a family feud, right? You get somebody else to go and take care of your business for you. Yeah? And when the family feud and they take care of it, now all of a sudden it's the urban youths.
When they put in a work that somebody paid for.
A work. A paid work. Bandits don't target race, but target where there is profit or easy pickings. Correct is right. But wait now. Think about this, right, Tommy? When if I go in and break in a house, I gotta do a survey first and say, what now? Who live in there? Is Indian living there or is black people living there? If I is a black bandit and there is a black house, I ain't going in there because there is black people living there. Or the house next, I have to know who live in there. Right? If I from the east-west corridor, how I know who live in there? How I know that? Why? Boy, we country, boy. We country. My sister was living Federation Park. The bandit goes into people's homes in those places, but you wouldn't hear it if those people are very private. She moved to Hillsborough. Yeah, Judy, good night. Why? It is sad. Good evening to you, Judy. Mr. Diplomat Tommy, boy. Tommy, you're calling you Mr. Diplomat, boy.
Yes, Judy.
Yeah, Tommy, you could be a real diplomat. Lana, welcome. Yeah? Blessed evening, Tommy. Yeah? Judy, Nadia, Hailey, Rennie, Takesha, Vonnie. Yeah, how Takesha going? I hear from Takesha in a little bit.
Kish.
Yeah. Yeah,
But,
Hailey says, lazy mindset is the problem of Trinidad people. Don't want to do anything, be anything, or care about anything. The country will collapse with them in it. And next day is drink rum, drugs, and fat. Oh, God. Don't paint that broad brush, Hailey. Lana said, today I had a really bad day at work. Seems I'm doing my job too efficiently, trying to build a computer that's broken before it falls. It's broken for one worker to complain about. Yeah, that, Lana, you think it's easy? Yeah, don't let that stop you. Hailey says, people live 6 to a household and nobody has a job when they should have 2 jobs and pool their money together to be progressive. Yeah, who God bless, no man curse. Correct is right.
yeah.
Yeah. Hailey, you're on your own with that one, eh? Hailey, on your own with that. Lana wants to know who is the pundit. Let me tell you who the pundit is. The pundit name is Pundit Satyanan Maharaj. I don't think I'm pronouncing that first name correct. Satyanan Maharaj. Pundit Satyanan Sati Anand. I think that's it. Satyanan Maharaj. That is the pundit. Yeah? You spewing that kind of venom, boy. Boy. Oh, you could sleep good at night, boy.
The thing is that he's getting so much traction.
Yeah, you could sleep good at night, and you thought that.
He's getting so much traction with that venom.
Judy says, I thought pundit is a Hindi priest, a religious person. I don't know. I mean, we looked it up, and maybe somebody in the chat can tell us. Bandits come in all creed and race. Correct is right.
Pundit is the English word, and the Hindi word is pandit.
Yeah, they use people to hire to do their dirty crimes. They do, and then they blame it. People like the pundit who don't have no information, right? But if sit down and think twice first, now, man. Sit down and think before you come and make statements, now, man. Yeah. Yeah, Kapiza. Well, Kapiza, send me a WhatsApp with the correct pronunciation and I go play it. Yeah, well, Kapiza, tell me what is a pundit? We just looked up the definition about pundit. Oh God. Lana said as the pundit sat throughout from the SDMS. Oh God. Rennie said, Lana, if you look for racial in the dictionary, you'll see Sat Maharaj's face.
You know, but you know, I'm sure that all Hindu pundits don't agree with him.
Well, you know what? They're supposed to come out and say that.
I think I saw one was on television who rejected what he said.
Good.
And yeah.
Good.
There was one who came out. I saw on the 7 o'clock news on CNC3, I think.
Okay, I go look for that. Judy Lana says Judy was also fired from teaching at the Tanapuna Hindu school. Right?
Who was fired?
Lana said, Judy asked a question, and Lana said Judy was also fired from teaching at the Tanapuna Hindu school.
Okay.
I mean, for what? Let me see that. Let me Google that and see what comes up. Let me see if that comes up. Let's see if anything comes up here.
Yeah, this guy's waist baiting.
Yeah. That's not good.
Yeah, he's waist baiting.
Yeah, and you know what? We don't need that in Trinidad and Tobago, man. We don't need that type of rhetoric in this day and age, the way things is here. Right? So Kapiza say he's a Mahasaba or Swaha or a Vedic. Okay. So hey, Rennie's a real kicks man, you know. Rennie say, you know. So Lana say he has his own temple, not a SDMS temple, not related to SAT organization. Yeah. Look what Rennie say there on the thing.
And he says, them pundit does say,
Don't read it. Let us drop the SW and say aha. Oh God, yeah. Lana says she find a lot of people keep complaining about him on Facebook. Well, we could see why. We could see why now. Because, you know, I mean,
you can see this guy's trying to be relevant.
Yeah, but you see, Tommy, we when you're trying to be relevant and you make those type of statements, though, you know, there are people who will believe what he's saying.
Yeah, because he's gonna play on ignorance.
Yes, and people gonna believe, right? So Tommy, here is the thing. I hope I have it good. This is Crime Watch. This one was just sent to me. I want you all to listen to this. I want you all to listen to this.
You're throwing me off. Serious. So, ladies and gentlemen, we reached Charlo Village, the triple murder, this house here, where we went to this house here. Right? Show the outside of the house. Show the outside of the house, please. Show the outside of the house, please. Shoot. Thank you. For the little boy. Come back to me. Right. That first time, there was a young man by name of David Barjanat. David Barjanat at that same house was shot about around a month ago. But let me tell you why David was shot. Now, his stepfather, Narayan Singh, was shot dead in that same house on the 27th of last month. But let me tell you what's going on now. You know why David was shot? Let me tell you why David was shot. And why David was shot. Now, David lived at that house. And David realized that certain persons, two persons, Randy, and the nephew, Ronnie, I don't know if I can get the photos. And the nephew hiding drugs for the drug lord. Hiding.
So me hear that?
Yeah. And I'm not shocked or surprised at any of it.
I didn't hear this video, you know. It was
Yeah,
just sent to me.
Yeah, but we're thinking outside the box, knowing the environment that we're working with. We know Trinidad is a major transshipment point.
Now we continue listening.
They'll kill and they're hiding it. So David say, he started complaining. I don't want that going on in this house, you know. You see that thing? That can have killed. Everybody go get killed. Me and what back and all, you know. So they come on the Lego shots. The Lego shots. They say David talking. The Lego shots. So when now David gets shoot, he gone now. He gone and hiding. Up to now they can't find him, but he hiding. He alive. He say he gone. Here I want to get involved in that again. He bust out. So police come and started talking to the grandmother now, the lady I was talking to, and started talking to everybody in the house. Started talking to everybody here. Police come to investigate, and they're gone by the house now. Maybe they spoke to the lady, they spoke to the people. Right?
Bam, bam, bam.
Right.
That's
maybe,
it.
Right, stop. Maybe they spoke to everybody there. Just to find out now, what about the shooting? But lo and behold, when police start to come, who's saying? That is Ronnie, and Kishore start to make calls. But the police was not on them. The police was not on them. The police came to find out about the shooting. The police came to find out about the shooting, and maybe when they're talking, but them was not them didn't have a slight clue that they were them may come to see about no drugs. They may know what's going on in the house. But two of them now started to make calls and say, boy, wait now, here now, boy, here what's going on now. Hey, something had to be done, and somebody talking. Because they had to keep in. Two of them said to call the man. Started to call the big jug lord. Hey, boy, what going on, boy? Police by the house, boy. But police not on them. Police just want to find out about Narayan Singh's stepson. What went on? Why you think everybody leave the Narayan Singh wife gone? She gone out too. Because she don't have nothing to do with that. So now Narayan Singh home now. So the drug man say, yeah, what's going on now? Let me go and just hot him up a little bit. But apparently, when shots started fire, Narayan Singh pick up. Narayan Singh hear a noise, he pick up, and he was shot. This man was shot. Like David father now. So stepfather. Well, boy, when that happened last month, the 27th of April, this young fella here, Kumar, what is his name? Kishore Kumar, start to cry. He got frustrated because he said, but yeah, man, I thought, boy, watch me. I thought we just doing this, we just watching thing. Because remember, Kishore's father had nothing to do with this, yeah? This man here have nothing to do with no drug thing, yeah? It's just Roddy and maybe influence the Kishore's son, all them living in one house to keep an eye for things. Because them feed their ranking by doing that. So Kishore gone by the drug ban now. He say, oh God, boy, I don't know what to do. He crying all in the road. Oh God, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, but I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, boy. I don't know what to do. Okay, remember, Adesh don't get killed Monday night already, you know. So blood, everybody kind of physic now, because they don't know who responsible. They don't know that they're playing with the wrong man. They're playing with the wrong man. Right? So they do so now. They say, yeah, what's going on? Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, what's going on? You know what's the best thing? So when Adesh started to cry, you know what's the best thing? When Kishore started to cry, Kishore cry. He crying, he up on he emotional now. But then he become a weak link. He become a weak link now because remember Adesh now dead, Kanta dead up the road in Barakpa, Kanta dead in Barakpa, Adesh come on dead, and his uncle come on there too in last month. And then Adesh now Monday night, nah. If police put a hand down, he's a man, he's a weak link, you know, because remember he crying, he get sick now because, could the police only come? If police come, because we see where Adesh there, but yeah, what's going on? I don't know what's going on already. If police only hit him a handcuff, he go talk. Okay, remember, man is very ranking, but when they go in a cell, They just sell out their friend. Yeah? They sing like a bird. All right. You know what the man said? You know what the man said? He was there. You know what's the best thing? You know what's the best thing to do? That nobody are going to talk? Kill all the males. So you know why they kill all the males and they kill this innocent man? You know why? There's nobody to talk again. Nobody. Party done. The party done there. The party done. Yeah, the party done because 3 of them, ladies and gentlemen, 3 of them, we're going until 7:15 and say, remember, you better download the app and you're going to know what's going on.
Yes, story.
Yep.
Yes, story.
Yep.
So the pundit now, them is urban youths, you know. Them is urban youths. Them went up there to kill them fellas and them. You understand? You hear the story? You see the story? Tommy, and I did not get that story. Just from critical thinking, you could understand that sometimes there's more in the mortar than the pestle, man.
You see, in that environment, everybody who have good sense know why things happen the way they do, because a lot of people are involved that are unassuming and unsuspecting.
And me no fan of Elon Allen. You understand? But that is the thing. You know, sometimes you have to not look at the messenger and look at the message. You know, sometimes we get caught up with the messenger and ignore the message. You see? Anderson, welcome. My UNC partner inside. Anderson and Akira, welcome. Carice, welcome. Yeah? Yeah. Lana, you might have to call him and tell him, eh? Tell him to apologize to the public and tell him to pat down. Pat down, yeah, pat down. Because you don't know what could be involved in that kind of thing. Well, Mean Gene, let me say this, right? Ian Allen was actually in the people's house. I couldn't show the video because I just get it. And maybe if I get a chance tonight, I'll go try and show it. But he had the pictures and he had the video when he was actually in the people's house. And he paid them a visit. You know? So it appears this information he's talking about is about first-hand information that he actually got, you know, from being part of it now. Because you know Ian Allen go. You know what I mean? You pay him, you send him I think he could come and do a story for you. He could highlight your story.
You know, this thing this pundit said may actually backfire on him, you know.
Of course it will. Of course it will. Yeah, of course it will. Because you painted a broad brush of urban youths, east-west corridor. You understand? And Tommy, that's why I've said, Tommy, Mrs. Kamala Prasad Bussessa have to be careful with stand your ground laws in Trinidad and Tobago. She have to be careful because it's a tried and tested law in this country. Right? And it has resulted in many, many, many problems.
Yep.
Trayvon Martin is a prime example.
A whole lot of innocent.
Amon Arbery is another example. You understand? We have to be very careful. Right? We have to be very careful because there are other things we can do in Trinidad and Tobago. You know, the castle doctrine will be a great thing that they can use. You know, I don't have no problem with the castle doctrine. None whatsoever. You know, and let me just tell you all again what the castle doctrine is. Stand your ground? Absolutely not. The castle doctrine is very specific. It's a legal principle that provides individuals with certain legal protection for using force in self-defense within their own home or castle. The doctrine is based on the idea that a person has the right to defend their home, family, and property from intruders and should not be required to retreat before using force to do so. I have no problems with that. None. 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 And you know something else, Tommy? I may also want to believe that I don't want to say that.
You don't want to believe?
No, I don't want to say that because I don't want to. I might be upholding illegal behaviors. You know what, Tommy? Let me ask the question. All right, let me ask this. And I just come up with this. Are you walling or wall out, Tommy, on if someone has an illegal firearm and you invade their house, they can use that illegal firearm to defend their families? Are you walling or wall out on that?
I think I'm gonna have to wall in on that.
Okay. So here is it to the people in the chat, right? You have an illegal firearm in your home and your home is invaded by bandits. Are you walling or are you wall out on the use of that illegal firearm in order to defend your family? Remember, it's illegal, eh? Yeah?
Well,
So Tommy?
remember there's something they used to say long ago? Better to be tried by 12 than be carried by 6?
Oh, God, Tommy. Tommy, diplomatic Tommy, boy. Tommy, you're real good. I tell you, it have 100 bulbs in the box. And it's 100 watts, and you like a 2,000 watt.
Oh,
I hear
yeah?
you, Tommy. I hear you full 100. Full 100. You know? Yeah? Yeah, but them people talking about they bake and all kind of things. So Tommy, I have to agree with you. I have to wall in on that too as well. Right? So Curry's walling in it. Curry, we just play this game. We either play a game called Tom in or Tom out, or wall in or wall out. Either you agree or you don't agree. So Carice is saying, I will use illegal firearm to defend my family if we are under attack by criminals. So oh God, so Rennie's also walling in. Use the gun to protect and put it in the invader hand after you finish off with them. Oh God. So Rennie's walling in as well. Yeah. Tommy, I have to agree. I have to agree that if you have to defend your family by any means necessary.
Yeah, like I said, I prefer to be tried by 12 than to be carried by 6 if it comes down to it.
Look, right? Mean Gene Wallen. If you don't use it, what's the purpose of having it?
Right.
Yeah. So Tommy, that also raises another point. Yeah, Rennie, correct is right. A not so long guest told us that. So Tommy, that raises another point. If we are talking about these home invasions in Trinidad and Tobago, and things are getting so bad, and you have difficulties getting a FUL. There we go. It therefore may lead people to say, you know what? I have to protect my family at all costs. And you know what it is. I'm not saying that people do this, but if things are getting so difficult in the country, people may have to turn to illegal means in order to defend their families. Yeah?
Yeah, and ignore the FUL.
Ignore the FUL. Yeah?
Nobody's advocating that because, I mean, everybody should follow the law.
Yeah, we believe in a lawful society. I believe in a lawful society. But Tommy, if the law can't protect you, the laws of the land cannot protect you, You have to try and protect yourself.
You may have no choice.
Yeah. Look, Curry says exactly. Because it's hard to get a license gun. If you have difficulties and you are upstanding citizen, right? You don't molest people, you ain't on no case, you ain't on nothing, and you're on a waiting list 10 years to get a fuel to protect your family. What do you want somebody to do? What are you telling them to do? You see, we have to think about these kind of things, you know.
You know, there's something that they used to say, if your neighbor's house is on fire, throw water on yours.
Correct is right. Right? But what are the people in authority doing? Right? Yeah. You know, Lana, we had Senior Superintendent Johnny Abrams here, and he agreed that Trinidad needs some type of state of emergency. It could be a limited state of emergency. It could be in certain neighborhoods. It could be in certain communities. I don't have no problem with that. Yeah? Rennie, I wholeheartedly agree. Desperate times calls for desperate measures. We in desperate times in Trinidad and Tobago, you know. You understand? And when you have the kind of rhetoric coming out from both sides of the political divide, both sides, talking about they're gonna ban assault rifles. Tommy? You going to ban something that's already banned. You just playing to the masses then. And the other one talking about stand your ground laws. What do we have with these two political leaders, boy? What is about both of them?
I don't know what to say about Bim and Bam.
You know, what do we see about these two political leaders we have in Trinidad and Tobago, boy?
Speaks volumes.
And Tommy, another thing, right up this what we're talking about here. Now, many people may, well, I don't want to say many people may know. Many people know that people that say, I don't like Gary Griffith. No, that's absolutely untrue. Right? But however, the call by Gary Griffith to help Trinidad and Tobago, to help the country, I wholeheartedly agree with him. And that is the backdrop we have tonight. But let me just hold up. That is the backdrop we have tonight. Because at the end of the, I tell people, I said listen earlier, I about country. So here it is, Tommy. Right? A survey was done by CNC3. Do you think the government and the opposition should accept Gary Griffith's offer to help reduce crime in this country? Now listen, Tommy. What did I say? The voice of the people is the voice of God. Is that what did I say?
Yep.
The voice of the people is the voice of God, right? Tommy, if they surveyed 100 people, I don't care where they go, 88 people said yes, and 12 people said no. I'm just rounding it off, right?
Yep.
88 said yes, and 12 says no. And you will say that, let me get the other one here or now. You will say, hold on. You will say that you don't need Gary Griffith help because you in charge of the security council, the security council of Trinidad and Tobago. You don't need help because you in charge. But crime rampant all over the place.
You're obviously in charge of something that you know nothing about.
So here it is. The Prime Minister rejects Gary Griffith. Dr. Keith Rowley has outright rejected a proposal by former Commissioner of Police Gary Griffith to put politics aside and let him help in the fight against crime. Well, let me try and call Gary Griffith. We haven't been successful yet, but we will keep trying. We will keep trying. Gary, we will keep trying here, Gary. We will keep trying. Gary Griffith. Let me see. Gary Griffith. We gotta keep trying him, man. Trying and trying and trying. We're not giving up. That was song say we're not giving up, right?
True.
Let me see. Here we go. Gary Griffith.
Yeah, I mean, it's on deck to resolve this issue.
Yeah.
Needs to get some.
Folks, we're trying to reach former Commissioner of Police, Mr. Gary Griffith. I know he's a busy man. He had different number. Because Tommy, what do you think that you are rejecting what the people in the country want? This is not something that, and whether it's you think it's politics or not, an offer was made, right? And the people are in agreement with the offer. Tommy,
a price has to be paid for all these mistakes that are being made in it, because that's what I call them.
But Tommy, I would at least have liked to see that, you know what? If I'm the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, and me and Gary had some falling out or some dissensions or so, you know what I was doing, Tommy? I was calling Gary in, I was calling the opposition leader in, I was sitting down around a table and let me talk. When we finish talk, I don't have to go along with whatever I want to talk, but I'm willing to listen.
Well, but tell you something. We have to realize that the attitude that is possessed by the leader of the nation at this time is one that is very, I have to say, he's very arrogant, and that wouldn't work. It's not going to work. He listens, look like he listens to nobody but himself. I don't think I'm being correct in what I'm saying, but if there are persons who he listens to, but as far as he's concerned, everything he does is good and correct.
Yeah, boy. I still feel that you should have at least listened. I just see somebody make a comment. That's why I felt like the former senior superintendent Johnny Abraham sitting on the sidelines, right?
Right.
Because them fellas and them don't really want help from certain people,
Right. He's a valuable resource that should be tapped at all costs.
A valuable resource. But them fellas and them don't want help. Them don't want them fellas and them to come in with. But Tommy, did I miss something? Did I just see a photo with Fitzgerald's getting a crime plan? No, help me now. Did I miss something?
Yes, you did.
What did I miss?
You missed the fact that there's no plan.
Tommy, no, I see somebody handing over some plan to. Maybe I miss see. You ever miss see? Maybe I miss see.
Yeah, you miss see. You didn't see
maybe I miss see. I didn't think I see what I saw. You know what I mean? Really, why?
There's no plan.
And listener, the former senior superintendent, right? That fella have a crime plan, you know. You know that, right?
I'm sure the authorities and those in authority know of what he has in mind, because he's not keeping it a secret.
But tell me, why don't we want things that can improve in the country?
You really wonder, like somebody was saying, you really wonder if they want things to improve, because there's a price that's going to be paid if you resolve the issues. If you really resolve the issues, the economy could fall on its face.
Yeah. Caris said this is sad. I rarely go out now because I'm actually fearful driving certain places of being followed, kidnapped, shot, etc.
If things are really addressed in the way that they need to be addressed, and the results come forth, a lot of a lot of big businesses are going to be affected, because a lot of big businesses are involved in nefarious and monkey business. I don't know if I can say what everything that I have in my mind.
So me boy, I don't know. Capiza want to know if Gary ever went to war. What kind of army man is that? Capiza, come on, man. If you're in the army in Trinidad, what were you going to? You ain't going to no war if you're in the army in Trinidad. Eh? If you're in the army in Trinidad, what are you going to? You might go in Barbados and help with a storm or a hurricane. Or you might go to St. Lucia or Grenada or them small island to help with a hurricane or something. But
Or a mock war exercise.
Or exercise, yeah. You're going to exercise. Exercise up in the bush up in Trinidad. You know what I mean? A weed exploration exercise or something. Trying to find weed in the bush or something.
Correct.
Yeah. Rennie said, I go with the 12%. They should give Abrahams a shot. I honestly believe that fella have a wealth of knowledge, sitting down there, getting rusty. Yeah?
Well,
rusty.
He's going to get rusty because, like I said, obviously there's no need and there's no urgency to resolve any issues.
Nah.
Because, like I said, and like I continue to say, a lot of, if the matters were really resolved and they wouldn't to go to the heart of it, a lot of businesses are going to be affected. The economy is going to take a nosedive.
But Tommy, what sense of urgency it is? When an important issue like scanner on the port, and you're not getting a scanner till 2024. We in 2023, this is the 4th month. You're not getting scanners till 2024.
Hopefully, that will give many of the businesses who depend on the underworld for their survival a chance to diversify.
Or a chance to make sure they have enough inventory to last them a while.
Right.
Or you mean they diversify the inventory?
That's right.
Okay, yeah.
By then the government will set them in at some kind of business that would replace what they're gonna now lose.
Yeah. So Judy says you can kill bandit. Next them association coming to get you. Well, if you do the right thing, you know. Yeah, but you know, Rennie says Rowley know why he refused Gary. I don't know why.
He knows why he refused Gary. They know why they're refusing senior soup.
Wonder what? All right. Let me say, I want to agree with you, right, Rennie? Let me say, Rowley knows why he's refusing Gary. What about Senior Superintendent Abrams, Johnny Abrams? What about him? Why you think they're refusing him? Eh?
Why?
Yeah, no, because when he says somebody says if one drug lord did all that killings to one family of 8, all them Indians selling drugs and thieving from the drug man. Why do you believe that many fishermen go missing? It's drugs they take from Venice and don't pay them. And you know what? If you want to sell WhatsApp messages, you can send WhatsApp messages. I'm gonna put your number on the screen. You could send WhatsApp messages too. You know, I just think that we are facing a serious problem in Trinidad and Tobago, and right now we don't have the solutions.
Do we want a solution?
So, Tommy, do you think it's gonna get worse before it gets better?
Quite possible. Quite possible.
Tommy, man, Tommy, I thought you would be optimistic, man.
I like the word you use.
No, I thought you would be.
I like that word, optimistic.
Yeah, I thought you would have been optimistic. Oh God.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's kind of sad, but it is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah, Gigi had crime under control at 80%. Judy Wallen on that too, what we talked about. Yeah. Lana says everything Gigi put in place, they squash it. But you see, Lana, this is the thing, eh? You see that point you raised there, Lana? It's a problem we have in Trinidad and Tobago. Anytime somebody new comes into something, we start all over again. And it's all over. Eh? Or, let me not say we start all over. Many things start all over again. Rather than continuing with things that have been put in place by other people. Right? Like a new commissioner of police come in, they abandon this sort, they abandon this. A new government come in, you know, they're building a highway there, they leave the highway there, and they start a fresh new highway. And it's like we just continue to spin up in modern Trinidad and Tobago and wait.
In 2017, there was a lot of excitement about cameras, body cams on the police, and it's been introduced and this and that, and everything's going to change for the better. This is 2023, and the argument in 2023 is that the police has to be trained to use body cams, as though the body cams are computers or some sophisticated electronic device.
So, yeah. And Tommy, how long we have them body cameras?
Since 2017, they brought the first batch of body cams.
So, folks, Tommy, let's go for a quick station identification. It's in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. And when I come back, Bonnie Roberts wants us to call Hines. Should first call Hines. We go call Hines when we come back. It's in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. Stick and stay. We'll be right back after this short message.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
This thing called TNM, this thing called UNC, is one set of dotishness to Mama Kai, you and me. It ain't have no color, It ain't have no race. It ain't have no principles or any values in place. And it was never meant to be the answer for unity. It shares no philosophy with any consistency. For when you watch the pedigree in each and every party, the difference you see turns out to be a case of power and money. Look here, them French Creoles in Saint-As, Maraval and Saint-Clair, they don't hold no allegiance or no party here. Rich men as me supporting who they feel going to win. Loyalty, friends, means nothing. Money is getting. That's why P&M quite on turned court to UNC. And Rendell Motley, his background showed he was with DAC. Hector Motley, the speaker, swore P&M till he dead. And when the last election over, he was UNC instead. Augustus Ramreka sing, I knew him in Tapia. Next thing I know, he was a PNM minister. John Humphrey changed from Trinity and he joined about 5 parties. So he's only die-hard new and grassroots me. It's PNM and UNC.
Here back with you. It's in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. Tommy, go ahead with all you were saying before we went for the break.
I get into deep thought about what Mr. Liverpool was singing about yesterday.
Oh, but, it's only PM and UNC. Diad, you and me is PM and UNC. So
what I was talking about is body cams.
Oh, right. They
were introduced in 2017 with a whole bunch of fanfare and pomp and whatever flair and whatever else. So we thought from then we would have body cams on our officers. To here in 2023 now, officers are being are saying that they need to be trained to use body cams. You know, the biggest or a big problem in Trinidad and Tobago, and I don't know if in the Caribbean, but some of these unions, that make excuses for the employees, which doesn't hold water at all. Because the truth be told, there's no reason why they should be going there at this particular time. How many years later? 17 to 23 is what?
6 years.
6 years later?
Mm-hmm.
6 years later, the unions are saying that the officers need training in use of body cams, as though the body cams are some sophisticated electronic device. I thought you just pin it on, and there's an on button. You put it on, and that's it. You get the footage. As a matter of fact, if they don't know how to upload the video or the recordings, somebody in the station should be able to do such for them. I don't know. I'm missing something. I guess it's for brighter minds than mine.
We're missing a lot, Tommy. But Tommy, last program, right? Fawood Abu Bakr was listening and he sent me a message. And I promised him I was going to read this message tonight. He says, blessings to the entire village. I do not support extrajudicial killings. Corruption in the police service and incompetence is a huge contributor to crime. Everyone is after the dollar and many don't care how they get it. There must be cultural improvement with the respect and value for life being inculcated in our people, especially our youth. Likewise, impoverished communities and youths need hope. They need value added to their lives so they can better value the life of others. Yes, there must be consequence for crime. That starts with better policing, better detection, and judicial reform to convict, imprison, and rehabilitate. So I actually saw the comment after we finished, and I promised him that I was going to read the comment. The comment makes sense.
Of course, extrajudicial killings are a problem, a major
Yeah,
problem.
yeah, it's a major problem. There's no way we should stand for that at all, right? So, um, our good
But
friend,
mhm.
go ahead.
But to change the police culture, we have to pay them well. So there's no
Correct is
excuse
right.
no excuse for them getting into corruption.
Correct is right. Let, so let's call Fitzgerald Hines. So folks, we calling the Minister of National Security, Fitzgerald Hines. We just calling, we go keep calling, you know. One of these days, he go pick up. One of these days, they go pick up, man. All you gotta continue to have faith, man. What is
Yes.
in the Bible? Have faith like a mustard seed. Is that what it says?
Now, if you have as much as a mustard seed,
Right, you gotta have faith as much as a mustard seed. We gotta actually keep trying, man. We gotta keep trying. Rennie says, rainy season start. If you call Hines, you might hear flood water.
and you're not telling the truth.
Judy said, Mr. Diplomatic agreement indeed. Yeah. Nana says, Vonnie, bless, good night. Sometimes I don't know what, sometimes I doesn't know what Capiza. Anselm, when he was riding with your horse, Rowley, in 2015, you didn't know he was arrogant? No, I wasn't riding him in 2015. Vonnie was before that. I mean, Capiza, my bad. Sorry. That wasn't Vonnie. That was Capiza. Vonnie Roberts says, you see how truthful Mr. Manning on the behavior of Mr. Rowley. If he didn't get his way, he becomes a region bull. Well, that turned out to be very accurate.
But we have an exemplar in the Caribbean that we take seriously and that should set the trend for the others. I'm talking
Is that
about
Mia Motley?
yeah, I'm talking about Motley.
Okay. Yeah. She's a. It's funny, Tony, that Barbados have taken more loans from the IMF than Trinidad, and to Barbados doing better than Trinidad.
Barbados don't have no natural resources. Their natural resources is
But
the
Tommy,
sun.
that makes it even more that they are doing better than us. Tourism, right, is their main source of income, and they're doing better than us.
We have a tourism product in Tobago that we're not marketing effectively because if Tobago is marketed properly and we get the half, they get half the traffic that Barbados gets, it will be a major contributor to the economy of Trinidad and Tobago because Trinidad has the energy that we have been enjoying for decades now.
So, Tommy, me and Jean wanted you to know that the PM has advisory.
He has what?
Advisory. Advisors then.
Oh yeah, he has advisors. But does he take their advice, or do they advise him to act a fool?
Uh, wow. Wow. Vonnie, sorry to hear this. Stressful week for my family. My nephew's sister's son, Chevelle Ramjatan, was murdered. Sorry to hear that, Bonnie. Condolences to you and the whole family. Condolences to you and the whole family and his family as well. So Kapiza says, wait now, Anselm. You want to know we don't want things to improve, but you put Rowley in the cabinet in power. Yeah, Kapiza. I went and I took over 300,000 votes. I alone put 300,000 votes and put him in the cabinet. Me alone. For me, the PM as advisors.
Kapisa has to know that the alternative to Rowley was to the red was the yellow, and people didn't have
They rejected it resoundingly.
People didn't have the confidence in that yellow.
Yeah, they rejected it. I think Kapiza is one that could support stand your grounds. I put in words in his brain now and words in his mouth. Kapiza could support stand your ground. Yeah, I feel so. Yeah. Lana say, all you know right now, I standing up in my yard to get internet to be in the village. Every time rain fall, internet slow. Oh God, boy. Tommy, we in 2023, boy.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta stand up in your yard to get internet.
Yep.
I guess we like it so, but we're free.
You know, unfortunately or fortunately, a party like the NTA can make an impact.
Tommy, I feel that what going to happen is that some people just go vote for them because they don't want to vote for the PNM or the UNC.
And that may be many people, because
yeah,
when you listen to people's opinion as to what transpired and what has been transpiring, they just want something different now.
Yeah. I think there's a great possibility that people may just say, you know what, boy, you as well take a chance with Gary.
Yeah.
Let me take a chance. Because we already took a chance with the RPNM. We take a chance with the KUNC and we see what we get. We see what we get in.
Gary might be onto something.
Yeah.
But he has.
And let me tell you that that move he made there with the Prime Minister was a very strategic move. And the Prime Minister blew it badly.
As a matter of fact, what Gary should be doing at this particular point, maybe he has his ears right now listening to us. What he should start doing right now is focusing on all the constituencies and choosing personnel to canvass them from now.
Right, people.
Because if he wants to make inroads and possibly win over this nation, he has to put things in place from now. He can't wait.
You are the right people.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have quite a few people, because so we tried them again. There was quite a few people who came on and was doing interviews. So folks, we trying Gary Griffith again.
Yes, he's onto something.
Yeah. At some point in time, he go pick up his phone.
But
go ahead, Tommy.
He's gonna have to do battle with strong players,
Yeah. Lana said I want migrating and going to Anselm basement. I don't care if it's cold or hot. Nah, Lana, in the winter it'll be hot. And in it's summer it'll be cool. Yeah. Miss Kuva, welcome. Oh God. Julie said them two Bim and Bam is old day gringos. Need to retire, man. It's time for fresh leadership. You know, Rennie, you're right, you know. My basement is a 5-star basement, you know. Yeah? Rennie, you are absolutely correct, boy. No joke.
You know,
JA, JG, and JA. Who's JA?
J.
Who's JA? It's a great team to help fix TNT. Who's JA? Judy, who's JA? I know who JA is now. So when he says Rowley never gave Abraham a chance, so technically he didn't refuse him. Time will tell. What do you mean he didn't refuse him, Rennie? So what are you doing sitting on the sidelines?
When he's gonna look in his direction.
Yeah, when it come close to election time. One of Roberts wants to know what's the percentage on the crime rate for the past 7 years under the PNM. Could you tell that? Let me see that. I wonder if what is the crime rate in Trinidad? What is the crime rate in Trinidad for the past 8 years? 8 years. Okay. Let me see. What is the crime rate in Trinidad and Tobago? For the past 8 years. Let's see what it comes. Okay, so basically, when it's giving us the crime rate, it's just telling us how many murders were reported over the past 8 years. Right? And we know that last year was the highest. What was it, 600 and something?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I really don't know. Oh, okay. So, like for example, right, they say in 2015 there was 420 reported murders in Trinidad and Tobago, with an overall crime rate of 1,298 crimes per 100,000 population. In 2016, there was 462 reported murders, with an overall crime rate of 1,372 crimes per 100,000 population. Right? In 2017, there was 494 reported murders, with an overall crime rate of 1,408 crimes per 100,000 population. So what we are seeing here is we're looking at an increase in almost every year from 2015. In 2020, there was a decrease. It went from 538 in 2019 to 437 in 2020. That was the pandemic. Was that the pandemic or no?
Yep.
That was the pandemic year. And in 2021, I think we had, I don't remember now. It was
20 and 21.
Yeah, that was the pandemic years. You know, and last year we know we had 600 and something. You know, so we can see that there was an increase in crime from 2015 all the way up to 2020, which if there was not a pandemic, right, we don't know what it would have been. And wasn't there also a state of emergency?
When? In 2020?
Yeah, didn't they have a restricted kind of state of emergency? Didn't they have a restricted state of emergency in one of them years?
No, they didn't call it SOE. What they did is they had certain rules in place for the pandemic.
Right. That you couldn't be outside a certain time of thing. Well, it wasn't a state of emergency, but it was, you know, you had to be inside by a certain time. So funny, there are the numbers. And we also Anderson say Heinz not going to answer.
He knows what he's saying.
Well, Anderson, you're right because he didn't answer. But maybe his phone is off.
Well,
Capiza want me to call him, but if I call him, but what am I going to ask him, but? Eh? Oh, you know what? Let me call him and see if he go answer. I could ask him about the scanners and the scanners. Yeah. I could ask about the scanners. Let me see if I have him but on my phone. Here we go. Nah, I don't think him but so folks we call him but
it's 9:21. I don't think he's gonna answer.
nah, you don't know if it's the prime minister calling him. I'd put my phone so where they can't see my number, but where does do that?
See the number?
Yeah, where they can't see my number. Because like them radio station, I don't answer my phone because when you call on WhatsApp and they see Wall Street, they say, boy, me want to hear that man trying to educate people, nah? So they don't pick up the phone.
You call on WhatsApp, right?
Yeah, it's call on WhatsApp.
What does it say? Ringing?
Yeah, it's just ringing.
No. What does it say? Ringing or calling?
Calling.
Okay, that means it's not ringing. It has to say ringing.
Oh, that's the difference?
Yeah, when you know they're hearing it.
But when it says calling, what does that mean?
It's just calling. They're not listening. They're not.
All right.
They're not hearing it.
Let me do something.
It's off or something.
Let me do something. Let me try something. Let me try this fella here. No call. Hold on, eh? Let me call. Here we go. I'm calling Andy Williamson. No, but this says calling too.
Well, it say calling, and when it starts to ring,
so you don't think it says ringing when there's like in a group call, it says ringing?
No, one.
I think when they see that Wall Street, they say, boy, I don't want to talk to that fella, no? All right. Yeah, so yeah, Lana said Chucky sell it well, true Calypso. Yeah, it's true. That is a very true Calypso. Yeah, but we want to be sorry to hear that. Funny said his family was a pharmacist. That the pharmacist who got killed recently?
That's the same guy we're talking about.
Is that the same guy we were talking about, the pharmacist?
That we showed it on the video on?
Is that the same guy, Vonnie? Judy say, we don't have an army. They have a regiment just sitting around collecting fat pay and eat free food. Yeah, regiment's supposed to be helping people in disasters. Yeah, that's what us do. Oh God. Rennie says water probably hindering his lines. Ole gonna else welcome. Anderson say he will not answer you at all. He's a sick man. One of these days he go answer. He go answer. I tell all you. He go answer. Barbados don't have P&M. What's that? Lana says, Anselm, when I have to make Callaloo pack from Trinidad to St. Tobago to sell in another supermarket, you know what's going on in Tobago? No, Lana, what exactly do you mean? I could find out. I could. Barbados don't have P&M. Lana said 2 more years to 2025. You think we gonna make it? Yeah,
To 2020, what?
2 more years. Think we gonna make it to 2025 with this high crime? Lana, uh, 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 um, you know what? I don't know, Lana. I don't know. Don't why you laugh at me, man?
You don't know.
Eh?
We have any choice, but we have to make it.
Yeah. You just have to make it, boy. The crime not affecting the politicians.
Nope. They have security.
Yeah, I don't know, boy. And Judy said them P&M too big shot to talk to you. Nah, they go talk, man.
When?
Tommy, that is a good question. You know?
You know?
Everything has a time and season, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, time and season.
I'm kind of wondering if the NTA could do what NAR did.
Capiza size are American. I dual citizenship. Trinidad don't want me to run for them. Oh, Lana. Why can't Tobago make Callaloo pack? Oh, what is a Callaloo pack? The pain Callaloo leaves in the pack? Is that what it is?
Yeah, they do a whole pack. All you gotta do is put it in the pot and.
Oh, and why Tobago? Maybe I wonder if there's. I'll find out if there's grow. I wonder if there's grow Callaloo in Tobago.
You mean Dasheen Bush?
Yeah, Dasheen Bush.
I don't see why not.
Okay, yeah. Hey, listen, Lana, you never know, Lana. I, all of them go answer the phone and answer them call because it go be election time. Lana, all right, I go leave that one there, Lana. Yeah. You see, I love Mr. Diplomat Tommy. He lives in reality. Well.
Thank you, Judy.
Yeah, I go leave that one there. But folks, Mr. Fali Chavez Augustine have to put the prime minister in his place, right? Because I have said, and I'm going to keep on saying, that Fali Chavez Augustine is a transformational leader. Okay? Because the things that guy doing in the short space of time that he is in, being the THA chief, right? I think it's extraordinary. Here we go. So, and when I say, Tommy, that we have politicians in HDD, I really mean it, hypocritical, deceitful, and disingenuous.
Well, we see it over and over.
We see it over and over and over. And it's both sides of the political divide. It's not just one side, right? All of a sudden, Watson Duke wants a new election in Tobago. Eh? You think if Watson Duke didn't fire them people and they're going to form an next party, he would have won an election in Tobago? But there are no legs to stand on, They have no legal legs to stand on with respect to calling an election in Tobago. They don't have to call no election,
They shouldn't.
Because the THA Act is totally different, right? From the Act for the Parliament in Trinidad and Tobago. Totally different. You understand? So them fellas could jump high, jump low, you know, and I am 100% with Fally. Don't call no election. Don't call no election. Why they don't call an election? Look how long they're calling for election. What about the local election, Tommy? When they have any local election?
Very good question. Someone asked me that recently.
When are they having any local folks? Those of you who are living in Trinidad, when are they having a local election in Trinidad? When? So here is Fally. I like to know when. I'm just asking a question.
Fally's going to inspire the young folks in Trinidad.
Yeah.
Chief Secretary Fally Augustine on his Facebook page at around 4:21 p.m. on Monday stated, "Well, just mind your damn business then." The comment in response to Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley, who on Sunday, in a lengthy post on the Office of the Prime Minister's Facebook page, called on the Fally Augustine-led assembly to do the right thing and call fresh elections in light of the electorate voting for the PDP and not the newly formed Tobago People's Party, TPP, led by Augustine. The post by Mr. Augustine on Monday came with a flashback video of Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley speaking at a PNM political meeting in Mason Hall in 2021, where Dr. Rowley stated that he stays out of Tobago's business.
Prime Minister, I stay out of Tobago's business. The law keeps me out. I have a responsibility as head of the cabinet, and then I am out of your business. Tobago's business is run at the administrative level by the Tobago House of Assembly.
Prime Minister Rowley sought to make some things clear.
The only place in this country where I am Prime Minister where there is an executive body running the affairs of that part of the country.
However, on Sunday, the Prime Minister said if the independent political aspirants of the disintegrated PDP wish to be taken seriously by the central government and the people of Tobago, then the Chief Secretary would do well to make arrangements for an early election within the same time frame that he is making to register a new political party with the Elections and Boundaries Commission. Dr. Rowley said the political aspirants would do well to begin this humbling process by subjecting themselves to the electorate before it is too late. He said the peace, good order, and continued progress of the people of Tobago are at stake and demand no less. Elizabeth Williams, TV6 News.
I mean, you see what is going on?
I disagree with what the Prime Minister says.
Oh, I mean, there's no question about that. None. No question about that.
If you agree with the Prime, if you agree with the Prime Minister,
no, I don't agree with him.
Well,
I don't agree that he should call no election.
What about the people in the audience? And they want to Tom in or Tom out?
Yeah. Well, I Tom out. All right. I don't agree that they have to call no elections in Tobago. What I agree on is that the local elections is past due. You understand? You know, Tommy, the thing I don't understand though is that there are voices in Trinidad calling for an election in Trinidad and Tobago. And I have said it, I have gone on record and said it, they shouldn't call no elections in Trinidad. Let it play out their time. 2025, there's a general election. Let them deal with whatever happens then. Right? And I am consistent. Fally shouldn't call no election either.
That's right.
Right? I am consistent. Right? We don't want to call, well, I don't want to call for no election in Trinidad. However, the local election should have happened. Right? So I don't want to call for no elections in Trinidad. I don't want to call for elections in Tobago. Let them face out the time. They ain't do nothing illegal, and that is it. Talk done.
I find Duke being a nuisance, though.
Who's that?
What? Duke.
Well, hear he. Let me hear what he have to say. Let me hear what he has to say. He's another precious waste of time and space. He's a waste of time. Waste of time. The man used to have his Monday mandate. What happened to that? When is the last time he had a Monday mandate? When is the last time he had one of that? All of a sudden, like that going out the window. Right? Monday mandate. Hot and sweaty. Monday mandate. Monday mandate. No more Monday mandate anymore. Right? And Coach Charles was on Tobago updates today. And just as he told us here, there are no ground to stand on, you know. As far as trying to get a new elections in Tobago, they don't. So they could jump high, they could jump low, they could do whatever they want. And I always serve out all their term. Right? The same thing they're doing, they're serving out their term, right? Let Farley and them serve out their term. You know? And all of a sudden now, you know,
the Prime Minister is too weak to rule on this. He's too weak to withhold the cash and force an election. He's too weak. He's playing a game where he hopes that every Monday morning I will come out and fight Farley. I want to say to Tobago, I will not be fighting Farley.
PDP political leader Watson Duke said he would not fight Mr. Augustine, just to give him a few blows here and there. He is calling on the PNM to do their job.
The PNM has a responsibility in the Tobago House of Assembly as a minority, the opposition. Let them oppose. Let Kelvin Morris oppose. I will not be taking my time to oppose Farley and them. Let Farley run. Let him continue to deal Tobago unjustly.
Mr. Duke said Tobagonians have a decision to make.
And it's up to Tobagonians again to accept it or to reject it. But your acceptance of it will signal to me and the national community, Trinidad and Tobago, and the wider Caribbean, that Tobagonians are dotish. Because around the world, people are rejecting the oppressors. They reject them. And if Tobagonians, you are hugging up and loving up a man who has openly committed fraud, where you vote for one party, and he then presents you with an independent, and then presents you with another party, both the independents and the party has had no mandate at any election campaign season to present to you what are you voting for.
He said Mr. Augustine and his administration have abandoned their mandate under the PDP, on which the people of Tobago voted them into office.
It meant that what the man came into, he has abandoned, and is now presenting nothing to you and say support him. That is a fraud. I've never heard of it anywhere in the Caribbean or anywhere in the world where an entire cabinet would have resigned and continue to hold power at the same time from a party. It never happens. Tobago, you have to trigger an election.
Elizabeth Williams, TV6 News.
Tommy, that fella in the THA, and you don't even know the THA Act.
He's just a rebel rousing.
But he's in the THA and he don't even know the THA Act. Talking about fraud. Does he know what fraud? What's the meaning of fraud? Does he know what's the meaning of fraud? All right.
Probably not.
Let me find out the meaning of fraud. Let me find out. Let me go to my favorite pastime, fraud. Right? What is the meaning of fraud? What is the... What is the meaning of fraud? Oh God, not that.
What it says.
Hold on. Listen to this. Wrongful or criminal deception intended to result in financial or personal gain. He was convicted of fraud. A person or thing intended to deceive others, typically by unjustifiably claiming or being credited with the accomplishment of qualities There are three basic types of fraud: asset misappropriation, bribery and corruption, and financial statement fraud. In many fraud schemes perpetrated by employees, more than one type of fraud is present. For me,
Yes.
that fellow wanted to be prime minister, you know.
Wanted.
For me? Huh?
Wanted. Then mayor.
Then mayor, no. You want a man who don't even know what fraud is to be mayor?
Well, you know, everybody clearly stated that the PDP vote wasn't really a vote for Duke, was for Fali as the THA chief.
That fella, boy.
I mean, they voted for Duke and put him in Roxborough. If he was the chief, he would not have won if he had presented himself as the chief.
Yeah, the man is saying that they're perpetuating a fraud. A fraud, you know.
Duke is irrelevant. He's basically irrelevant at this point, you know.
Yeah, yes.
I don't think people want to really hear from him.
No. People,
getting a lot of airtime that he doesn't deserve.
Yeah. They don't want to hear from him no more. He lost all kind of support with the shenanigans.
Yeah, with shenanigans with Gazelle Jackson.
Yeah. He had no more credibility. You know what I mean? He had no more credibility. You know, but I mean, he's still trying. He had to keep trying.
Yep.
You know, you can't give up.
Nope.
You know, I don't hear him talk about the mayor as much lately. You know?
Well, he's got something to talk about with this new political party. That's his focus.
But you know, I had to tell you the truth. Gary gained more props than him lately.
Oh yeah. Gary's getting a lot of traction.
So here it is. Gary Griffith was talking about him being rejected by the prime minister. Right? And my belief is that the prime minister should have taken the opportunity to meet with him as a person who have held a lot of prestigious positions in Trinidad and Tobago. If you meet with him, doesn't mean to say that anything could come out of it, but at least
the voice of the people has been rejected. A few days ago, I, Gary Griffith, offered my support to both the Prime Minister and the Leader of the Opposition for all of us to come together and to create a workable solution to the current national security crisis. Across the political divide, this overture was met with widespread support and approval, and this was one of the key areas many of you have reached out to me, pleading for help and for me to act in the best interest of our nation. I listened to your voices and acted accordingly. Today, the Prime Minister has rejected that offer. An independent, unsolicited poll was undertaken by a media company with 91% of the respondents stating my offer of support should have been accepted. What must be of deeper concern is that the act is not simply of rejecting the offer of one, but it's rejecting the voices of the many. 91% of you who spoke via poll were rejected. The vast majority of you who supported this overture to offer my support were also rejected. The people in their numbers on the streets, in their homes, who could care less of party cards and affiliation, and who insisted that we do something, were rejected. Our nation is at its darkest hour, with record number of murders and a scourge of criminality that appears out of the control of the powers that be. And at a time where we should encourage all hands on deck, the call from the people and offers of support were wrongly rejected. This has sent a clear message to the people of Trinidad and Tobago that their voices are not valued and will be rejected.
Rejected.
When you give a man, what is it? They say, what's that thing with the fishing again? You give a man fish, give him something to fish.
No. What you do is you teach him to fish and he'll eat forever.
Correct.
You give him a fish and he'll eat for that day.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, but these things on my phone just calling to me, it ain't ringing. I'm calling Philip Edward Alexander. So folks, I'm calling Philip Edward Alexander. So we were like 0 for 5 tonight, boy.
Hey, it is like.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta keep trying. All we could do is keep on trying. You can make it if you try. Just a little harder.
Oh, you're talking about.
If we give it one more chance, things will be so much better. Yeah. So you see, I believe that the Prime Minister should have met with guys. You're giving him man, you're empowering him, by not meeting with him. You're giving him ammunition. I want you all to listen to this guy. I wanted to play this guy here. This guy had made some statements about Tobago, and then I'm going to play a next video with you guys with a criminologist saying there's too much division in Trinidad and Tobago. This is a guy who's talking about, I don't know who the guy is, right? Somebody just sent it to me. And he was concerned about what the Prime Minister had to say regarding what's going on in Tobago. And people really need to wake up. Boy, it's so much to be done, eh? So much to be done in our good loving TNT, boy. If you can't meet with Gary Griffith, then who you gonna meet with? Eh?
You can meet Hines.
No, I think he does meet with Hines very often. I want you all to listen to this.
Tobagonians should have some serious concerns about the statement made by the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago with respect to the relationship, authorities and administration of these archipelagic islands. Firstly, it appears that he is attempting to downplay the importance of the Tobago House of Assembly, which is an autonomous body with its own legislative and executive powers. This suggests a lack of respect for the democratic rights of the people of Tobago and their elected representatives. Furthermore, the Prime Minister's comments about the actions of the new PDP administration are troubling. He accuses them of being self-serving and acting without a mandate from the people of Tobago, but this seems to be based on his own political biases rather than any objective assessment of their actions. It is not the place of the Prime Minister to interfere in the affairs of the Tobago House of Assembly or to dictate how they should conduct their business. This is implied with his position on the filing of a motion for debate in the Assembly with respect to the EMA Act and the clerk's sudden and mysterious illness that derailed the sitting and prevented the motion from being debated. The Prime Minister also appears to be undermining the independence of the judiciary by suggesting that the Tobago House of Assembly is laying the groundwork for unnecessary court battles. It is not his place to dictate how the judiciary should be used or to interfere in legal proceedings. Maybe, if 1% of the monies wasted on legal battles in Trinidad was spent on sorting Tobago's issues with autonomy, the administrative and political relationship between Tobago and Trinidad would have been better by now. But the Prime Minister seemed to have a vested interest in Tobago remaining a ward, or I dare say a colony of Trinidad. Moreover, it appears that the Prime Minister is using his position to push for a regime change in Tobago by using the OPM to call for an early THA election. This is concerning because the current THA administration was democratically elected and has the right to complete their term in office. This also suggests that the Prime Minister may be disregarding the will of the Tobago voters and interfering with the democratic process. It's important to note that the OPM and Cabinet should remain neutral when it comes to Tobago's governance, as political parties are not recognized under the THA Act, and the Executive Council of the THA by law operates independently of any political party. This may not seem so given the way the THA was managed for the past 20 years or so. In Trinidad, the leader of the winning political party automatically becomes Prime Minister, but in Tobago, the Chief Secretary is elected by his or her peers in the House. However, it's apparent that the Cabinet in Trinidad may prefer their own political party to take control in Tobago. Overall, the Prime Minister's statement appears to be an attempt to undermine the autonomy of the Tobago House of Assembly and to impose his own political agenda on the people of Tobago. This is a serious violation of their democratic rights and undermines the principles of good governance and the rule of law. Tobagonians should strongly urge the Prime Minister to respect the autonomy of the Tobago House of Assembly and uphold the democratic rights of the people of Tobago, or resign from the OPM and call a general election.
Wow. Wow. Who's the spokesperson?
Tommy, I don't know, but I don't know who that spokesperson is. But I think that was I think that was well done. I'll put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
That was well done. And that, Tommy, you see, Tommy, just before we go, folks, Nadia, Lana, Ellis, Capiza, Rennie, Judy, Lana, start putting closing comments in the chat. Denise, if you're still there. Anderson, if you're still there. Rennie. Carice, if you're still there. Put closing comments in the chat. Tommy, you see, yes. Tommy? We need more critical thinkers in Trinidad and Tobago. It's not everything your party leader says, you will run with it.
I believe there are a lot of critical thinkers.
But listen, I didn't say there aren't, and I said we need more.
Just that critical thinkers don't have a voice.
Well, then you're not a critical thinker if you're quiet.
Yeah, well, they're thinking.
Or you could be a critical thinker and you're saying, no, I'm quiet. You're thinking critically to yourself.
Plenty of them can't get a voice. They just cannot get a voice.
Yeah. It is sad that, you're being hypocritical, deceitful, and disingenuous. You yourself said that you're going to stay out. You have to stay out at Tobago business. And then you turn around and want to get into Tobago business. Which one is it?
Yeah, you're in or you're out.
Tommy, what that reminds me of? It reminds me when Stuart Young called Karen Nunes Teixeira, Junior Barack, and Boynes, Pottongs, and termites. And people in the PNM, not one word.
He also called Johnny Come Lately.
Yeah, Johnny Come Lately. Right? If he could get away with that in your party, just imagine. All you ain't say nothing. All you ain't bat an eye. When all you're supposed to take him to task and told him that's unacceptable. We are all PNMs. We are all PNM. Well, let me say, they are all PNM. Let me put it that way. They are all PNM. Eh? Why? Why all afraid? All ain't saying nothing. And he get away with it.
Okay. Trinidad.
Anyway, the Knicks make it to the semi-final, eh?
Yeah, well, I'm impressed with the Knicks.
Oh God, boy, they're good. They're good this year, boy.
But they broke my heart before, I remember when Elijah One snatched the glory away from Patrick.
Yeah.
That broke my heart for a long time.
Yeah, boy, that was a lot of broken hearts there. Yeah? That was a lot of broken hearts there, boy. So, Tommy, that person hit the nail on the head with regards to that comment there about Tobago. You know? And, Tommy, you was talking about the union, right? Here's the SWWTU on scanners in this is, what's his name?
Seaman.
Yeah, Seaman on Waterfront. The president. What's his name again, boy? His name is gonna come up. But he was talking about the scanners on the port. And it's interesting to me. He made a statement about the different ports of entries in Trinidad and Tobago. Right? He said there were several ports of entries. You know who we had to get in here? We had to get back Dr. Winford James in here. Because you know he's at Tobago. And Dr. Winford James, if you're listening, we have to get you back in the village to give us an update. Oh, I'm trying to get Hotel Cars again. I might be able to get him one day next week. I might be able to get Dr. David Mohammed. When, boy? Maybe
Saturday.
I think it's one day next week too. Yes.
The announcement came as the government seeks to arrest the ongoing challenge of crime and illegal guns coming into the country. President General of the Seamen and Waterfront Workers Trade Union, Michael Anisette, says he has heard all these promises before, even in 2017.
The issue of illicit drugs and guns and ammunition has been a perennial problem in Trinidad and Tobago. And one must ask themselves the proverbial question, why it is that we seems to suffer from an implementation deficit in Trinidad and Tobago. Because the very same scanners are operationalized in Jamaica and in Barbados, the two Caribbean countries that I am aware of. And it didn't take all those in undenatedly late time to implement.
According to the union leader, he won't count his chickens before they hatch.
All I'm simply saying is that I will wait until the scanners are implemented. It is brought into Trinidad because it has gone out for tender, and then we can speak to that.
But you're not holding your breath. You're not holding your breath.
I am not. I am not. I think it would be better to say I'm not holding my breath. We will wait, and as we say in local Palang, we'll want to feel the salt in the wound.
Last week, Finance Minister Colm Imbert said the decision on the best scanner proposal is expected to be made by April 28th, with the award of a contract to follow by May 5th. Mr. Anisette tells us the union was not involved in the process.
If we don't have the kind of conversation that we're supposed to have in terms of border security too, and in terms of how do we partner with all the other agencies, well then bringing a scanner is just one part of solving the problem in the Port of Port-of-Spain and in the Port of Point.
He says it should be noted that there are 13 unmanned seaports in Trinidad and Tobago. Nicole M. Romani, TV6 News.
Tommy, did you hear that?
Yep.
There are 13 unmanned seaports in Trinidad and Tobago.
13.
13. Lord help us. Lord help us. Help us, Lord.
You must be talking about all the fishing ports also.
Boy, Lord help us. We need help. Father, please put a hand. Please put a hand, Father. Let's go for a quick station identification. It's in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. We'll be right back to close.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. The most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey. The most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
Actually, JJ, I think most people have mischaracterized the true cost of corruption. I don't think the true cost of corruption, rather let me say it differently, I don't think the most expensive line item in the cost of corruption right, is what it's done to the economy. I think it's what it's done to sentiment and what it does to talent. In other words, when you corrupt a system, those less deserving get opportunities to which they are not deserving.
Entitled.
The problem is that those who are deserving pick up a little green document called a passport. They get on a plane
and go elsewhere.
And they leave. Now, there are some people watching this who go, no, they must go. Let me tell you why that is the dumbest, most nonsensical thing I've ever heard people say. When you say, JJ must go, JJ is born in South Africa. The South African state educates him for 18 years to get his matric. Then, that same South African economy has built institutions of education. Let's assume JJ gets a master's. It's another 5-6 years of it. 24 years invested, and you're going to say he must just go.
Yeah.
Like,
because you're just flushing that investment down the drain.
And so, what's happened now, if it's not the semigration to the Western Cape, that's a separate conversation altogether. It's the proper immigration. The number of South Africans who have sat in this chair living in Canada today would alarm you. The number who've moved to Australia would alarm you. The number I bump into, or neighbors of mine in the Middle East, will alarm you, right? Because what talent does, when you distort this thing about effort versus reward, is talent goes where it will be rewarded.
My goodness.
It doesn't have to put up with the nonsense. It gets on a plane and it leaves.
Yeah.
Now.
The director says going overseas.
That's a matter. But I think the point is this: the degradation is slow, right? So you don't feel it immediately.
Yeah.
But trust me. Let me end it by saying this. If you looked at the top 100 investment bankers in Wall Street today, you'd find a healthy percentage of them are Nigerians. The top brain surgeons in the world today, healthy percentage of them Nigerians. The top investment banking lawyers in the world today, healthy percentage of them Nigerians.
Sure.
What does that tell you? How is it that Nigeria is struggling with the issues it's struggling with, but some of the smartest people in the world are Nigerians? And then you look at where you'll find those Nigerians, and typically it's not in Nigeria. It means you've got this incredible base of talent whose skills, competence, and abilities are being harvested by another economy and not their.
You hear that?
Harvested by another economy.
Yep. I guess, I don't know, boy. I have something else I wanted to play here, but I think I'll go play that next time. One of our village family members has a daughter who is doing big things.
Point Forte?
No. Nah. She doing, let me see if I want to have it here. Let me see if I could search. All right, I gotta look for it. All right, I'll go play it next time. But his daughter is doing fantastic things, and you know, we have to highlight these kind of things here in the village. So I'll highlight that.
Is it Labby?
Toby, you're too bright, you know.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. You're too bright.
Wow.
Yeah. Huh?
I remembered something that made me say that.
What did you remember?
The song she sang for Johnny Abrams.
Well, listen, that's good, but it's even bigger than that. Real good. Big time. We go address that next show. But just remind me. I want to do it early. You will be surprised.
Nothing surprises me because the children today, some of them are very talented.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know?
Can't go? Do this.
Yeah, so hold up, Tommy. Okay, I got that. Go ahead, Tommy. Hold on. Closing comments. Hold a minute. Go ahead.
Okay. Tonight's comment is by Cormac McCarthy. It says, "You never know what worse luck your bad luck has saved you from. You never know what worse luck your bad luck has saved you from." Again, it's been a pleasure being here in the village, and I would like to reiterate that love is the key to life. Hate kills, love gives life. Out there, be safe. Look over your shoulder, look behind your back, look around. Make yourself familiar with your environment, because we enjoy having you here in the village, and we look forward to seeing you and talking with you, chatting with you at the next session. Love you all.
Thank you, Tommy.
You're welcome.
So my quote is very simple. Let your faith be bigger than your fears. Let your faith be bigger than your fears. From where I sit, this is it. The clock on the wall. So that's all I like to say, but I've got to go. Remember, hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard. And for every 60 seconds of anger, you lose 1 minute of happiness. See you. Same WZYE time, same WZYE channel. Later. So let's go to the closing comments. Nadia says, I wish you guys have a night as a moon full of God's grace and mercy's blessing. Rennie says, live, love, and laugh, ingredients to long life. Ellis says, you are never alone unless you abandon yourself. I may be alone, but I'm not lonely. Yeah. Nadia says, bring back the old time days. Yeah, bring back the old time days. Lana says, always remember tomorrow is not promised. Do what you have to do today. Live, love, laugh. Yeah. Anderson says, good night, be safe. Nadia says, well said. Lana says, Anselm, that's the first report I ever listened to. Yeah. Lana said, it's Virginia and Anthony may be in a meeting. I gotta call him, not anyway. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna go tonight with Look the Bandit. That is a request from
This bandit war affecting the rich and poor. I say in this bandit war, frustrating the boys and girls. You don't have to be a capitalist to be on the wanted list. The operation is run up tight, and the mugging black is white. 100 million listening ECO. Who give we money we want to know. That's a bandit. Look the bandit. A police constable who should act more seriously. The 15,000 in CID. That's a bandit. Look the bandit. Last week I'm making marketing tongue. As I put on my basket, it's gone, it's gone. That's a bandit. Look the bandit. Well, looky there, looky there, looky there, looky there, looky there. Hold him, don't let him get away. Boy, boy, boy. Hi, hi, hi. They say crime rate is high. This you must not deny. Well, don't talk about bank robberies, pickpocketers, and motor car thieves. Well, if you're gallerying with watch, diamond rings and gold chains, sister, well, if you get touched, to the law you must not complain. The panorama boat his waist, it only breaking all over the place. That's a bandit. Look the bandit. A magistrate make history. He gets 17 years jail in this country. That's a bandit. Look the bandit. So if you wanna lead a have a grouse, and when you step out you search the house. That's a bandit. Look the bandit. Well, looky there, looky there, looky there, looky there, looky there. Jail him, don't let him get away.